So if you keep looking, you'll discover that he went off. He left the Swedish military to become a private contractor, and was associated with mercenary forces in Central Eastern Africa.
Yeah.
So so that's as far as you were getting, right, with your green results and following up.
Yeah. Exactly.
But
the next logical step would be to looking at his case file. That's included in that, I suppose, because that's how we got that information.
Exactly.
Where he ended up, and probably disappears from Sweden when he moves to Africa or starts working in Africa.
Right, but that was a long time ago. That was 20 years ago or so, or 15 maybe, but a while. And so for this to be showing up is...
Oh yeah, it's too
this is weird.
To be.
Yeah. Mid-GVOT times scale.
And you did not get a yellow or a red, so I can't give you the good stuff. And so therefore, let's... and you got a red, correct?
I did.
You did. So you have been there at the data center with him. And so that means that you are going to be working on...
but
you're going to be looking at some of this material too, right? More from the electronics side.
Oh yeah, because like Mur is more of a like
physical,
mechanical, physical.
Right.
Like he is not that digital.
I figure you've got the skills to do it. You've picked up what you need to.
Yeah, but he is like he doesn't care about it to say like. But no, Kevin does actually cares about that
You'll
stuff.
notice that since it was a popularity role, most of the information I just gave you is social. That's why. You're looking at it more technically. So now we are going to look at this in terms of reason. And it's not aeronautics or piloting, but it is... you are well aware of the electronical requirements of a data center. And so...
Is it physics?
Mm,
Maybe not. I don't know.
maybe. I'll have to think about that. But at the moment, you... so are you investigating, his popularity has given you an open door.
Okay.
Right. So you are happily welcomed by all these people from different places. Clearly, it's obvious they have been mining workforce people from a wide variety of places around the world. So it's almost a dream team kind of bunch of nerds.
Yeah.
So that's your, that's kind of your situation. Tell me, do you want to examine the electronic situation?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
but
okay.
what is my am I there as...
You're working with Mur.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this is not a work thing from my company. This is...
I would have hired you
That's
on
a
as a
good question.
consultant.
I think that it is a connection between the companies.
Okay.
That you're here on your company's time.
Okay.
So you're not skipping work.
Yeah, like I would have like contracted with your company to like, yes, I've been invited to do this thing. Like, can I borrow Kevin to
Yeah, exactly.
Great. Okay.
do a technical analysis?
Yeah.
Yeah. You can, by the time you get there, you can look around. You can tell that Klaus is going to be ecstatic. the business.
Yeah.
You got to get in on this, kid. You can hear his voice. You got to get in on this, kid. Get in. Just get this money in rolling in.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Get a piece of that.
Yeah. It has all the right buzzwords.
That's right.
For a class.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
So therefore, I want you to make a reason check.
Okay.
And again, it's going to be green, yellow, red are going to be different levels of depth for this.
Okay. So how do you do
Look
this?
at reason. What's
my
your
sheet.
reason? Yeah. What does it say?
Remarkable.
Go to remarkable.
Okay.
And we are going to go down and roll the dice. And the question is, do you want to spend any karma?
I don't think that I'm that invested in this.
Okay, sounds good. Just want to make sure that
Yeah.
you always have the option. Right.
Okay.
Oh no.
Oh no.
So, remarkable gives us a 14, which is a white result.
Yeah.
And let's see, and then to have succeeded with the green, you would have needed what? You would have needed remarkable. You would have needed a 36, right?
Okay.
So with a 14, that means that you would have spent, if you had spent karma, that you would have spent 24 karma
Okay.
to get the green.
Okay. Yeah.
But anyway, did I do that right?
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
absolutely. I think so.
Yeah. So, but you didn't.
No.
So I'm going to say that the way they have set up the electricity and the powering of it all kind of defeats you.
Okay.
You are a little surprised at how this is not Swedish tech. You're looking at this and saying, this is from somewhere else. This is in the meantime, you are taken away by one of the sort of upper level executive people. And they have been charmed by you. So they're going to talk to you about some of the really important aspects that are very, very critical for security, not only digital, but physical, and why they have been so concerned about this. Okay. Laser defenses against cruise missiles are under major investigation by most sophisticated militaries. None of them has broken the 100 kilowatt range, and they really, really, really want one that's more powerful. And so they're keeping this very quiet, that the United States Office of Naval Research, via the NATO liaison, has realized that they really, really, really want to get this work done in Sweden now that they have access. And so the military in Sweden includes the Total Defense Research Institute, which in Sweden is FOI.
Yeah, Total Försvarsforskningsinstitut.
That.
Yeah.
So
I used to play board games there, actually. I studied once a month.
Avalon Hill and the Pentagon, it's always the same. Yeah.
They have a lake named after that group up in northern Sweden.
Well, is that so? Yeah.
Yeah, because they did some testing, like, oh, there's a lake here now.
Okay. Oh, well. I see. Right. So anyway, those offices want to do this laser research here to see if they can crack the 400 kilowatt barrier. And there's 100 reasons why you want this if you're being attacked by cruise missiles.
Yes.
And so therefore they are actually they want to they actually want to host the data from those tests here. And a lot of this data mix and match thing is specifically to shield that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is what you're being told in a quiet room off to the side to let you know the stakes here are quite high, and that
I see.
And there are this would cement ties between Sweden and the United States NATO.
Yeah, this is very much more formalized than
Right.
previously, even
It
though
was not possible 2 years ago, or 3 years ago. It was not even possible. Now that Sweden's in NATO, now there are channels by which this thing can happen.
not being in NATO didn't stop Sweden doing a lot of cooperative work.
I agree. This one though is
But the US would not want to store things
Right.
probably in
right.
a non-NATO country.
So, if I understand this, this data center is not only because of that, but it's also being used as like some kind of shield to, or like
Right, exactly.
so that they
Yeah.
don't know that that's happening.
Exactly
Okay.
correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's not the only purpose.
Yeah.
But it's like a side thing.
He even makes a joke. It's like human shields, but not with humans. Oh,
rather tasteless people. Well, anyway.
that did strike me as one of the nastiest things he could have said. But they let's just say they're not all people,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
These guys. So,
Yeah. He like you say, Mur does not have a
right.
changing expression.
Right.
In the head.
But he's quite silent. Right. Right.
See.
Mhm. Okay, so that is, but and right in the middle of this, I would love for this to happen in a more dangerous situation, but why don't we go ahead and do this? Sorry, Nina's out of this.
Yep.
While you are busy messing around there, and you are going to be in these places, right? Deep in here, and you're not getting anywhere.
No.
And
Just like going around scratching my head, like, what is this?
and that is when a man literally steps out of the solid machine face of one of these data banks and looks around, and he is partly transparent, and he his hair is long and kind of flowy, and you can't really tell how much of it is electrical field and how much is hair, and he is wearing some kind of clothes, but since he is, electrical in nature, it is hard to tell what he is wearing precisely. And we'll check a couple of other things in just a moment. But right now,
This is in front of Kevin.
and the question is whether Kevin is going to get caught and hurt by this field of right. So yeah, this would be a remarkable attack.
Okay.
And he's not striking you. You are just in his field of discharge,
Mhm.
right? And so we'll roll initiative. And the way to do that is that we each check. There. Roll that white one right there.
Okay.
Okay, and I got higher. Now, interesting. Okay, we have to check before we say that I got higher. My intuition is a certain number, and yours is what?
Incredible.
Okay.
40.
You are actually going to get a substantial bonus
Okay.
to yours
Okay.
because you are far more intuitive. And that means that you actually get a 9
Okay.
and beating his 5. So therefore, your intuition saves you from getting caught in this electrical discharge. You can kind of feel it coming, the static, and see this coming out of the side of the machine, and you're able to get the hell out of the range or cover up in some way that keeps you from being electrocuted.
Step off the
Well,
electric
let's put it this way. It means you get to go first. I went a little far in there. I take away that part about getting out of the field. What do? You're about to be caught in the field. I should have stopped there. I forgot we were not resolving the attack. We were resolving initiative.
Yeah, I don't know anything about this
place, so I think I will try to get away from him.
So you'll move
Yeah.
out of that area.
Yeah.
Right. So that you can do.
Mhm.
You got a movement that takes you out of the, has enough area that you can, that's the unit, that will get you out of the range of the field.
Okay.
So that means when he steps out fully, and since this is not an active attack, he, it's not like he was striking at you.
No,
So there is
okay.
no attack roll upon you as long as you're out of that field.
Okay. Can he see me? It's like
He's looking around, but in a very neutral, non.
not evil.
Well, I would
Okay.
say very, but neutral, creepy.
Okay.
There's no humanity,
Okay.
right? I mean, his face looks human. He's clear enough that he even looks ethnic Swedish,
Okay.
but he's, but the eyes are barely. I mean, they don't have normal eye anatomy. You can tell where it's looking, but it's weird.
Solid, like
frozen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uncanny Valley.
I'm sorry?
It's perhaps a bit Uncanny Valley.
Very, in fact. And let me quick. What is here? Right. So then he turns and walks down through these corridors in a weird way where he puts out one hand and drags it along the face of the piles as he goes. Just like you might put your hand in a waterfall as you walk past it, right? It actually penetrates in there as he's walking past. And so you are getting a good look at what he seems to be doing, but it's hard to tell what he's doing unless you try to analyze this. You try to understand, what the hell is this? Do you want to get some idea of?
Yeah, I mean, I am curious, but I don't want to get in any, like, I don't want to, because I can feel that it's kind of dangerous, so I'm not, like, gonna run up to him. Like, it's, but I am curious, so I guess I would try.
How much of your gear do you carry around with you casually? Especially on something like this, on a day like this. Do you keep your claws, like, in a safe spot that you can use them when you want, or do you leave them at home except
I
for?
think if my kind of chip thing is something I can take off, and it's
it has to be.
small, then I maybe would always have it with me.
Is it like a headset to some extent?
Yeah, I guess that would be. Yeah.
Okay.
That seems.
I mean, now it's not the 1920s, so it's not like a radio sitting on your head, right? But with little spiral wires or
maybe it can
something.
look like one of those earpiece things.
Like a Bluetooth headset.
Yeah. So I look busy.
Well, remember, this is when you'd be acting as a hero.
Yeah,
You
but
would be-
that could be what's in my pocket.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
maybe
Okay.
it's
Okay.
like.
So therefore, you have access to that.
I don't think I have my claws and everything.
But you have access to your other powers.
Yeah.
So you may want to consider that you are not as weak as you think, right?
Yeah.
So therefore, what are you going to do? I mean, he's clearly doing something to
So can I become invisible?
Of course you can. However, you do know your intuition has already told you this guy gives off a field around him that damages you when you walk into it. So
other people's in the area, or would Kevin have been left alone out in the data center?
I would say that Kevin was probably off by himself at this point, but that can't last forever. Obviously, remember the place is not in full operation yet,
and also
this is still in inspection.
Oh, right. So it's not like it's only like in test phase. If whatever is up and running,
Right.
It's not to full effect.
And also,
Exactly,
if
yeah.
they were very impressed by Moore, maybe they were like, "Oh, you go look around. That's
yeah,
fine."
Yeah.
Yeah, okay,
So
yeah, fair
then
enough, fair enough.
I think that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Attention would have been focused on you.
Because I
Mhm.
Yeah.
came with him. So
Absolutely.
That probably
Yeah.
would be, yeah. Yeah. How big is the field, like the electrical?
According to my notes, his area and adjacent area. Now, areas are pretty big. I actually don't have the map that comes with the game, unfortunately, which is actually a bit of a deficit because I'm trying to figure out. They don't give an objective measure of area.
Okay.
A normal person at max who's in good shape
Mm.
can run 2 areas in about 5 or 10 seconds.
Okay.
So an area is pretty big.
80
Yeah.
meters, something like that.
No,
70.
not that big.
Not that?
No, I don't think so.
60 meters, 50.
I'm thinking more like an area is like a room.
Okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
One area.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so the field, well, no, his field would be about as big as that room
Okay.
Hmm.
right out there, a big room.
Yeah. Well, I guess.
So enough to actually be substantial. I mean, he
Then-
actually is giving off a lot of energy.
I guess I would. I don't know how does it work when you use your powers. Does that like, is it something you can? Are there consequences to using them, or is it just
Not
something
really,
You use?
no. You go ahead. They don't have like debilitating energy requirements.
Okay.
Those kick in, I think, in certain circumstances, and then, so you can just say, "I go invisible," right?
Okay. So I will become invisible, and then I will watch him. So I'm invisible, so that he won't see me.
Right.
And I can watch him, but I don't want to come too close to him.
I see,
because don't
okay.
know. So I would just want
And so, what is your invisibility? What is its rank?
incredible.
And oh, for God's sake. He's got a chance. Oh wait, no. Sorry. When 2 things, they don't really have opposition rolls. Let me quickly check about invisibility. Okay. No, you are right. You are invisible. Period. It's no matter what the rank is.
Okay.
The feat roll, the incredible, is when you make other things invisible.
Oh, okay.
And so the question is, his awareness is the important part. As you follow,
Oh.
he would have never noticed you.
Mm.
But if you're following at a distance, you know what? I don't think he has a chance. He's not looking toward you. He's not paying attention to you.
Okay.
So there's no chance of him accidentally capturing, right? But when he stops at a particular point and starts to phase into, you can tell he's doing something to that data bank. His substance gets thicker, and you can see light starting to explode inside him, and he seems to be drawing something. He's like puts his chest, one arm fully into it, and you can see that he lights up. Right.
Okay.
So he's doing something for sure.
Is the electronics in the data banks affected by his passing?
Well, at the moment, yeah. I mean, you can imagine there's all sorts of, flickerings and
Are they shorting out and seem to be badly affected by his passing?
When the effect of the crackling and popping and things was occurring as he passed and dragged his hand, but it didn't seem to do much damage. Here, it will.
Here is where the blue ghost comes out of the machine.
He's not blue. But
No, I'm just referring to when something shorts out and you get that electronic
Right.
smoke.
Yeah. Well, that's not quite. You are a good enough engineer. You are thinking, oh, that's going to happen soon, right? You can feel it coming. Like,
so
oh
he's
no.
kind of like dragging out
yeah.
some kind of energy or electronic thing from the computer to himself.
Do you want to try to figure out what he's doing?
Yeah. Sure.
Reason again.
So well, which one
These two.
was that? These two.
Remarkable, was it?
Yes.
Okay. So spending karma or not?
How did that work? Was it
You don't say how much. You just say I'm spending karma.
okay? And then if you get a really bad result, then
It
you
fills
spend
in the
more.
difference. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. No.
No.
No,
Okay.
I don't want to.
Oh.
Oh.
So go across, find 71, and I think you got a yellow result.
Where are we? There.
Yeah.
No, remarkable. Yeah, yellow.
So you got a yellow result, and that's great. It means that you have learned that he's data mining.
Okay.
This is actually what he's actually storing data, absorbing it, and the electrical effects are secondary. There's no change in his face. There's not like a physical effect of pain or pleasure or effort.
It just works.
But focus.
Okay.
Just to focus. Yeah.
And he looked like a human, but he was
Kind of androidy or almost disoriented almost until this moment. But not like in a sympathetic wondering way, but more like a mechanical way or off way. Closer to sort of the zombie or psychopath effects, I would say.
Yeah, the guy who's, if you meet that guy sitting at the bus station,
You don't want to sit next to him.
You don't sit down next to him.
Exactly
even
right.
if there's space.
Exactly
Like,
right.
I'm gonna stand next to the station.
That's right.
And if you start looking at me weirdly, I'm just gonna go over.
That's right.
Yeah. Come on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's what you are dealing with here. So that's what's happening. Do you want to try to stop him, or will you permit this crime to occur?
Objection. She doesn't know it's crime.
How can it not be a crime?
That's pretty
Data theft from the data bank.
okay.
I was expecting somebody to object, but I was going to say it's your reason, your 71 reason
I see.
says,
Oh,
and that's terrible.
Okay. So I know that this is shady business.
Somebody is literally damaging and stealing data.
Yeah.
Even as they're telling you over there. And so the data protection here is absolutely critical.
Yeah.
Cut.
Oh, that's a good. So I know that he's not like from the company or the thing. Like I know that he's like kind of he's not supposed to be there. That's clear to me.
What he's doing would seem extremely odd if he were.
Yeah.
Oh, they're doing penetration testing at this moment.
Oh, that's.
You'd think they would have told Kevin, don't go down there.
Yeah, I think I would try to stop him.
What will you do?
Yeah, that's a good question. Can I like do something with my mental force on him? Can I maybe?
I will preserve that initiative roll.
Okay.
It seems to make sense. Nothing has changed to do that. So I think you do have initiative on.
Okay.
And you stayed invisible, right?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So my intention is to disturb him so he can't do it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So therefore, you will attack with your mental force. So to do that, you will roll for your mental force.
Okay, and that's the same thing.
And we will check the rules, learning them as we go, of course, in detail. You can read and read and read, and it won't get in. So mental powers. Oh, that's a distance attack.
So I saw it
Right here. Yeah. Okay.